All right. Hello. Good afternoon, everybody. It's not evening. Good afternoons. So, what is that? So basically, today I'm gonna talk about things that I learned. This is basically just a weekly recap for my training. So back then, if you see my last video, which is that I posted on 7 days ago, which is 1 week ago, for the past 1 week. I didn't mention about the volume footprints, I didn't mention the volume delta and also cumulative volume delta and also the PWAP. What I talk in that is my training strategy using cumulative, which is just using, what is that? So using this tools, which is volume profile. So I just need to drag, which is from the New York VM sessions into the previous sessions, and then we are trading into that, right? Which is I'm looking for the where's the strongest volume that are becoming horizontally like a dynamic super resistant. But there's something really, I think one of so wait. So I'm also trading my platform accounts, which is the Hall of Prime. But the worst thing is, after a month, I get funded accounts. After a month, I learn to trade. After a month, I so fetch into waiting for the setup. And but yesterday, oh sorry, it's not yesterday, but 2 days ago, just 16 June, which is 4 days ago, I get brands. This is the second account where I underfunded, which is the live accounts. And also, I spent at this month is around like $60, which is not the really big amounts of money, but there's enough for help me to understand where's the things that I need to improve for the next couple of months. So back then, and also I learned a bunch of concept from the how do I read the polling delta, how do I convert the polling delta, and also the yesterday I just add a new it's not indicators but is put frames, which is the type of chart that you could see, which is who is the controlling market, which is it a seller or buyers. And by seeing this footprint chart, volume footprint chart, I would say this is better than using candles. So this setup, if I'm using this only candles like this, there's no volume, there's no, I don't know, this doesn't tell us, is this buy candle, is a bullish Morobozu candle, has a lot of volume, a positive delta, which is a bunch of buyers, a lot of buyers enter at this trade. We doesn't know about it, but we know what we see is a displacement candle, which means aggressive buyers. But by you just saying volume footprints, we know maybe this is having a positive delta around like 200 or 2000 delta, positive 2000 delta, which is a valid bullish Marubozu candle. Then it can help us have an edge. So we can entry buy because it also the market structure shift, like what we from what I learned from the previous week, from previous months, which is smart money concept analysis. All right, it's dedicated for what? Ya. Oke, jadi so let's switch up. So how do I read this polling profile? How do I read this? Then what is changed to me according to that? What is really changed to me? What is really changed my way of reading the chart? Persis is telling me like, is this fully pullback or not? That's it. Is it fully imbalanced or not? That's they tell me. It's not only looking at the patterns, but also look the data. Who is the winners on this displacement candle or bullish or bullish candle? Is it buyers or seller? And the second way I see the chart is by seeing the volume delta and also the cumulative volume delta. As you can see, there are a bunch of volume delta positive in here, which is valid bullish momentum. And then on here's we got some seller getting absorbed by this seller absorption because it's not strong enough to push to break this swing, previous swing low, this previous swing low, this previous swing low. It wasn't really strong to push that back down, push the break to get a breakout from this previous swing low. That's why we keep looking for seller. And this is what we see on the volume footprint chart. Let's see. This is on 5 minutes candlestick, and this is also 5 minutes candlestick, as you can see. So what we see, the chart from here, for example, the chart from here, how is it having a cumulative volume delta? How much does it have the volume delta? On this candlestick, does it strong? Does it strong? No, it's just 700 volume delta, which is on here says strong seller intake and also buyer intake. But at the end of the sessions, we are completely bearish. Because why? Because this is just only having the 700 volume delta, which is it wasn't really strong enough to push the market on to the bullish side. And as you can see, up to 700 delta with a lot of volume, which is 90K, and the next candle, which is this candle, is close bullish, but it had the negative, it's not negative delta, it had 114 delta, which is far less than the previous one, and also the less volume, just only 50K volume delta, which is a sign that buyer get exhausted or buyers want to trade less by. Yeah. So why this kind of happens? Because it's news. Yesterday, this is MOU. It's not MOE. It's their news on the fundamental supply on the United Kingdom retail sales. Yeah. Retail sales agreement, I think. And then at the next candle is bearish. How much delta? It's minus negative 2K, which is it's buyers taking the control. It's not absorbed the buyers, but it takes seller. But the seller wasn't getting absorbed by the buyers. Why? Because it's completely big candle body candle. Big body candle, and at the next session, in the next candle, has a positive delta, which is 900. Cumulative volume delta, I think, is the exalted by the buyer intake on here, and I don't know. Yeah, but in the volume delta, it's negative volume delta, and the previous one is negative volume delta, and then the positive ones, I think, is exalted because in the cumulative volume delta, it wasn't really break the structures, and it's also on the downtrends, right? So that's mean the selling pressure is still strong. And then what I take, I'm waiting for the confirmation. I'm waiting the next candle. I think I'm waiting for the next candle are built, I don't know, are made or something, are developed, and then we close with the displacement candle, which is and also the portfolio, which is buyer intake. Seller are absurd. It's not seller absorptions. It's still strong. Buyer want to take trade. Buyer wants to take momentum, but it's only 18 delta, which is not really strong, and this is not stake up. So and also this stake, like this is not stake, which is and this also have a one to stake a seller, and so this is also a bounce of stake a seller. That means we clear are gonna be going lower, and so as you can see, the community polling data says it's so, and also the polling data said it's so. So bounce of polling delta, negative polling delta bounce here, and this is the things I learned from yesterday, from 1 week ago after I get brands from my Hollow Prime, what is the so from my two-step Hollow Prime phase 1 and phase 2, but I wasn't stopped there. So I think there are a bunch of areas that I need to improve, especially taking my chance, right? And also I'll also log my I just need to start like from 2k counts and then if I already getting paid out, because I live in Indonesia, especially I live in Bali, so I still didn't need yet to having like 200k accounts to get 1% or just 5% per month to get 10k a month to live and in the freedom times, right? I think 2k is really good starting points, because I didn't prove yet any it in the market, since I already understand about how I look the chart very differently than very differently from the previous video, especially for 1 year ago, where my first video about tradings, about SMC. I learned about SMC. I learned about and also backtesting my SMC strategy. But today, I know who is in control, buyer or sellers. So I think but I also wasn't yet too really sure, but I would be better in the next couple of months. So I think I wasn't want to stop here until, so my goal still apa ya, I still believe that one day I'm gonna be manage this 200k accounts, even it's hard, even it's so fucking freaking hard, but at the end of the day I would end up with managing 200k accounts and then printing money, just getting paid out. It's only 5% a month, which is 10k a month. That's where my life gonna be changed drastically, and people when it comes to me want to learn about what I learned from the previous years, but I didn't want to teach them. Because why? Because it's so freaking hard in this level, at this level. I think people I just go for trade. You just need to having a trading view premiums, and you would be access this all kind of tool. But the real is how we subjectively read and also interpret the all kind of signal that the price give us to taking any trade, and that is our alpha. Yeah, our alpha is not beta, our alpha, which is the 8, and that I want and you want to develop in every single time when you operate a chart. You see the chart, you want to know how did you interpret the chart. So that's it, and that's it. Even though just only 50 pips, you already made money. Even if it's just moving like a 20 pips, you already made money. Even if it's 10 pips, you already made money. That's the beauty of trading, and I think in this kind of industry, in the footprint chart is just, it's early. It's still early, right? This still early, and based on the cloud session, the cloud chatting session that I doing, the footprint is wasn't developed in the 10 years ago, but it's you can access this since from 1 month ago. 1 years ago. It's not 10 years ago. It's not new tool. It's a new tool. So there are still area of improvement to become much more better at the end of the day. So that's my weekly recaps of my Turing journal. I do a bunch of mistake, and I just log it on this account. Where is that? So Trademaster journal, and then on my dashboard in the journal, at the journal, and then this kind of New York sessions. As you can see, there are very different ways to looking at the chart. I'm just using the pivot indicators without cumulative volume delta. Yeah, I just only having a cumulative volume delta, which is sideways, and I didn't need to. I think it's a very different way than I see the chart alike in today one. This is the previous one, and this is the new one, which is new, something really new. So and then also I also saved on the Discord, but I wasn't want to. I want to show you like what went well. Can take to past rate. This is what things that I went wrong, which is too fast to take decision, not waiting for the point of confluence like CPD, SIFE, multiple delta divergence, or just waiting this one candle 2 points and just saying you which week there's not too strong as confluence. But I think it's just strong. I think it's not went wrong, but it's already the very good concept. But I missed something important, which is the cumulative volume delta, and this is which is the volume delta, and also this delta footprints chart. So actionable to improvement. I'm waiting for confirmations. Also CIPE digit cumulative volume delta divergence or CPD divergence, or weekly followed by displacement candle. From there, evaluate the current trend and determine whether the entry aligns with the higher time frame biases. Introducing trade, take entry incompetently, entry too late on discount zone. And that's the things I lesson to learn, which is the berapa in the couple in the at the couple of weeks ago, my entry position wasn't here, but was here, where the price already moving down. But I think it's still valid condition to trade, where you having this month momentum, which is called volume delta, and this also it's a valid way to trade. If you take entry on here, I think it's pretty fine. If you take entry on here, I think it's pretty fine. It's also still happening a lot of volume delta, but if you entry short over here, I think that's the mistake. It's where the mistake comes in, where you entry short over here. As you can see, there's a lot of volume delta to entry long, right? But if you take entry short over there, you are making a lot of mistake. It's similar to this, right? This is actually very bullish, and also this pretty bullish, right? I think it's on the standard deviation 1. I think it's on the standard deviation 2 with if I according to pivot indicators. Like, and if I see the volume footprint, it's not volume footprint, but if I'm using the volume profiles, when I draw from the opening session into where my entry position are on these points, it's pretty clear that's below the value area low. Right, it's below value area low, and I think it's pretty clear it's not gonna be, but I think it's pretty well, it's gonna target in the value area low. So that's why I should buy here. It's not sorting here, but if I just see let's say I wasn't using a bunch of this indicator. Say I'm not using this a bounce up. I'm not using that kind of indicator, but when I see this, I just only see, all right, this is 3 displacement candle, the next candle will continuation. But I want to know how much the delta points over here. But if I see that, if I see it is just pretty clear, this wasn't really strong bearish momentum because it's the bulls on delta. Right? This means it's seller absorption. Maybe this is not a buyer, it is a buyer absorption, but this is not seller absorption. But it's not aligned with the volume delta and also the commodity volume delta. That's why risking short over here or shorting over here are very bad trades. Very, very, very bad trades. Right? So what you're looking for? It is strong volume delta, big candle, strong volume, could open long hairs. But here there are bonds of sell order over here that resting over here. Why? Because when you can see, jadi kalau misalkan, I want to switch to English language. Jadi kalau misalkan kita lihat di sini ada banyak sekali, ini adalah area sideways di mana ada banyak sekali transaction, atau kita bisa lihat di chart di volume profile, kita bisa melihat bahwasanya area ini adalah high volume dari volume profile-nya. Dan yang bisa kita lihat juga di volume delta dan juga commodity volume delta, di sini tuh bukan sebuah sideways, ini adalah sebuah selling pressure yang cukup tinggi, yang dimana diabsorb oleh si buyer. Kenapa harganya masih sideways seperti ini? Jadi ada banyak sekali seller resting over here. So when the price kayak misalkan mau ambil si sellers dan diambil benar si sellers, tapi harganya itu nggak bisa naik. Ketika price membuat sebuah momentum buy seperti ini, tapi di area sini ada resting sell limit order yang cukup banyak dan harga kembali turun. Sama seperti ini ada selling resting selling order di sini karena sebelumnya ya simpelnya adalah volume delta-nya negatif dan juga commodity volume delta-nya negatif, dan I think dan juga mungkin di volume profile-nya di sini tuh masih negatif. Itulah kenapa nggak begitu kuat naik jadinya. Ya sama kayak ini kan jadi order box, ya kita bisa baca juga. Ini order box-nya ini apakah betul-betul order box untuk buyer atau order box untuk seller. Dan kalau kita baca dari volume delta-nya ini, order box ini adalah order box pure seller karena kebanyakan volume delta-nya ini negatif. Kalau misalnya candle-nya ini hijau, candle ini merah, yang ini juga volume delta-nya merah ya. Kalau ini buyer absorption, buyer exhaustion, jadi harganya tiba-tiba volume delta buyer-nya cukup gede tapi nggak begitu kuat menaikkan harga. Jadi buyer get absorbed by si seller dan harganya turun lagi. Itu kan ketika si volume delta-nya ini di seller up, ini bukan seller absorption karena sell-nya tinggi, commodity volume delta-nya tinggi. Ini seller alliance dengan commodity volume delta. Jadi price yang sini adalah purely seller yang masuk. Mungkin ada kalau kita bisa lihat di footprints-nya, mungkin di sini tuh ada seller's taken, di mana harga para institutional order itu mulai masuk di sini. Jadi kita bisa short setelah harganya mulai ini, ya, gitu. Apakah itu hands up bias? Nggak peduli, yang jelas itu cara bacanya. Ya, sama seperti ini, sama halnya di sini. Ya, di sini kan ada banyak sekali buyer kan. Ya, di sini kan ada banyak sekali buyer. Kemudian di sini banyak sekali buyer, seller masuk, tapi diabsorb oleh si buyer. Itulah kenapa harganya sideways atau body candle-nya kecil-kecil seperti ini. Ya, ketika harganya masuk ke buyers, ke seller, sellernya masuk, tapi diabsorb lagi. Nah, ini seller negatif volume delta-nya tinggi, tapi harganya itu malah membuat doji, which is ada seller absorption. Mungkin ada resting buyer order yang cukup tinggi di sini. Itulah harganya hampir touch, beberapa kali touch, dan hingga exhausted ketika si ini itu mulai masuk. Seller mulai masuk di jam 1.30 dan sesuai dengan commodity volume, sesuai dengan alliance dengan volume delta dan commodity volume delta-nya. Ini adalah selling momentum candle. Dan kita kalau kita baca dari ICT konsep, ya jelas harganya udah membuat change of characters, dan kita tunggu di area order blocks atau fair value gaps-nya dan alliance dengan Itu kalau misalnya berkaca dari konsep smart money concept, which is ini adalah change of characters, change of characters. Dan ketika change of characters terjadi, apa yang harus kita lakukan? Kita menunggu harganya rest. Harganya itu naik ke atas lagi untuk mencapai area order box atau fair value gaps-nya. Kita bisa pakai inverse fair value gaps. Ya, ini pattern matching. Ini bukan cara baca data dari order flows-nya. Ini adalah patterns matching. Ya, pattern alliance lah. Oke, ada inverse fair value gaps. Kita bisa gunakan itu sebagai resting all selling orders. Ya, alliance dengan ya gitu lah. Tapi gue nggak bakal entry short di sini. Gue pengen confirmation yang cukup. Ya kalau misalkan di sini gue sell, ya bisa juga. Tapi nggak mau sih. Karena cumulative volume delta ini nggak align sama volume delta, dan cumulative volume delta ini nggak sesuai dengan chart yang ditampilkan. Dan mungkin harganya bakal naik lagi, itu lebih tinggi sampai order box ini. Tapi ketika harganya udah membuat sebuah displacement, kemudian volume delta dan juga cumulative volume deltanya searah dengan apa yang ditampilkan dalam price, ya apa yang ditampilkan dalam price itu artinya ini yang ditampilkan dalam price, ini yang kita nggak tahu, ini yang kita lihat kalau kita tanpa cuma menggunakan candlestick doang, ya. Ini yang ditampilkan dalam chart, dan kita bisa entry short positions yang ketika terjadi displacement candle seperti ini. Jadi setelah liquidity sweep gitu bahasanya, ya kita bisa entry short di sana dan target 1/2 atau ya 1/3 lah ya. Dan kita dapat di sana. Dan harganya turun karena seller mulai intake. Ini ya seller mengambil alih harga. Tuh, ini setelah mengambil alih harga, kemudian volume delta turun, volume delta absorb, volume delta sangat negatif dan banyak sekali. Tuh, ini lebih kuat. Kalau misalkan di ICT si Mike Huddleston itu mengajarkan kita menggunakan pakai Fibonacci retracement, kita bisa lebih gampang lagi, lebih lebih akurat lagi kalau kita bacanya pakai order footprints. Jadi ini ada stacked sellers di mana kita bisa sell order di sini, karena ketika ada stacked seller itu artinya si institutional order berdasarkan buku footprints, volume footprints. Kalau ada stacked seller itu artinya ada institutional order sellers yang masuk cukup tinggi, dan itulah mengapa kita bisa melakukan sell link position. Oke, sekian dulu dari saya, dan mungkin itu aja yang mau gue sampaikan hari ini. Thank you dan see you on the next video.